Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And good morning, Lakeshore, and welcome back to Fine Living right here on 1240 Radio WOMT each and every week, presented by Jim Reif Builders. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Terry.
How are you, my friend?
Real good.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
We did. Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Jim, we have a guest in the studio this morning, and I'll let you introduce. And
Thank you, Terry. I brought in today an associate and friend of mine, Don Orth from Valders Building Supply. And we've been working with Don for like 20 years. He's been in business a lot longer than that. But, he's here to talk about some Therma-Tru doors today.
All right. Well, good morning, Don, and thanks for coming.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on, Jim. Appreciate it.
So today, as Jim mentioned, we're talking about doors, and one thing that we were just talking beforehand is that first off, there's so many options. I mean, I'm looking at this book here, and there are so many different styles and options, and how does one even begin this process?
Well, basically, you have to decide if you're going to replace your door, and if you're going to replace that door, you want to do it as a door system. You're not going to go down or come to Valders Building Supply and buy a wood door and put in your existing door frame. It just doesn't work as well. Therma-Tru has been in business since 1962, and they offer a full line, as you can see, Terry, all the the different types of doors that are available.
Right.
Basically a steel door, which a lot of people are familiar with, but they also have fiberglass, which can look exactly like wood if you stain it. They have a smooth fiberglass that takes paint very, very well. Those are just two options that they have. In the smooth fiberglass, it really is almost dent-proof, and that's one reason Jim has gone to use that door more often, because there's just a lot less of issues with denting that you can in a steel door.
Okay.
There's a lot of different styles, as you can see, a lot of different types of glass. There's leaded glass, there's etched glass, there's plain clear glass, there's low E glass, there is glass with blinds in between the panes of glass, there's airspace grill glass, there's also rain glass, which is a piece of glass that actually looks like rain is coming down it. There's a lot of different things out there. You have to spend a lot of time deciding which way you want to go. And, of course, the price range is the same, from a plain slab door to the fancy leaded glass door systems.
So, I mean, I would imagine, especially if you're doing a new construction or any kind of, whether it's new construction or remodeling, there's a lot of options and choices that the individual needs to make. And I'm just kind of looking at this, and it can kind of almost get overwhelming. But I would imagine that this is something that you guys, Valders Building Supply and Jim Reif Builders, would be able to walk with customers and help them really understand what the difference is and why they may want to go this route over a different route.
Well, exactly. We talk about the system once again, where you have a frame, and that frame can be a prime frame, like possibly your existing door and frame, or you go to clad, so you don't have to paint it. You got jam sizes, you got all sorts of different hardwares that are available. So there's a wide range of things. You just have to start someplace, and coming in, talking to Jim and his crew or my crew, we'll sit down and go over everything with you, all the details.
Sure.
Now, Terry, if I can, as always, both of us would either come to your home and measure, evaluate what you need to do, and help you with that process.
Okay. Now, what about energy efficiency? I mean, are there different levels of different doors and systems and things like that will give someone more energy efficient?
Basically not. In the system Therma-Tru has, they're all basically rated the same. Now, granted, if you have a larger piece of glass, it's less energy efficient because of the glass is not as energy efficient as a slab door would be. But as far as the weather stripping is all the same. The adjustable sills are all the same.
Okay.
They are Energy Star approved. So,
Okay.
I mean, you do have everything right there.
Which I think is important to know, because a lot of people are trying to obviously save money and energy and to be energy efficient and things, and to know that they're all Energy Star approved is a big factor.
Correct.
Absolutely. Guys, time flies by here. If people want to get a hold of Valders Building Supply first, Don, how can they get a hold of you guys?
Well, we're in downtown Valders on Liberty Street. Pretty easy to find, and our number is 775-9323.
And Jim, if people want to get a hold of Jim Reif Builders and talk about some projects for their home,
give us a call on 684-6899. We're on the website, also jimreifbuilders.com. And Facebook, you can like us there and check out some of our projects. We have weekly postings.
There you go. Gentlemen, thank you very much. And Don, thanks for being part of today's program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Jim, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.